Well then. Hi. How you doing? I'm okay, I guess. And you guys are probably better off, but I don't know. I guess it's not like I can read your freaking mind. I don't know what you're doing. I mean, you might be watching this video. I mean, that's one thing. Like, if you click on this video, I know you're watching a video, but I don't know what you're doing. But anyway, that's not the point, though. Hey, everybody, Lead Speed here. Yeah, finally back with another video. Jeez, I mean, yeah, I kind of wish I would do this more often, but either I'm just not, sometimes I'm just not feeling it. Really? Oh, God. Sometimes I'm not feeling it, or sometimes I'm feeling other things. Like, I'm watching other videos. Like, mainly the Smash Bros. Videos, because those are the ones I'm always excited to see. Like, I'm trying not to... Like, there's a lot of Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire playthroughs going on right now. And heck, I don't know why I'm even, like, trying to post this right now, because... Like, seriously, though, at the end of the day, like, what would you rather watch? Would you rather watch... like some freaking Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, or would you rather like watch this random guy called Lead Speed uploading a Yu-Gi-Oh video? I think we know the easy choice, but I mean, if you're some of the odd man out, I guess, who wouldn't mind watching this, well, there's some things to look forward to, I guess. I'm gonna be talking some more Ritual Beast stuff, and yes, that's the name basically, because yeah, as if Spirit Beast wasn't a fine name, it's like, oh my god, Ritual Beasts, Tamers, and Spiritual Beasts. I mean, don't be surprised if I happen to slip up saying any of those, because it can get confusing even for me when I'm trying to talk about this stuff, man. Okay, so, that being said, I'm going to mainly talk about the two new support cards that were coming out in the recent set in Japan, the Secrets of Evolution, or in the TCG, the Secrets of Eternity. So, we know about, well, I mean, we probably both know about him by now, but the one that we know about even before the set's release was Rampenta. He's the guy that, you know, you basically banish a Ritual Beast monster from your extra deck, and then you send a Ritual Beast monster that has the same type as that banished monster, you send it to the grave. So, basically, he's kind of like an Armageddon Knight, and, yeah, it has a very costly effect, but you can work with it. I just don't really like that cost too much. It's really hefty sometimes. I mean, you can make use of that, but it's definitely not an effect I see myself using like all the time, okay? Like, seriously. So, yeah, that's basically how he is. Now, the trap card is very interesting. On paper, it seems redundant, but in one way, it isn't. But in one way, it is. It's like redundant and not redundant at the exact same time. How? Well, let's go over that and I'll explain very briefly why I said that, even though it may not even make any sense. So, Ambushed Ritual Beast is a normal trap card. Target 2 of your monsters among those that currently are banished and or in the graveyard. 1 Spiritual Beast monster and 1 Ritual Beast Tamer monster. Special summon those targets in defense position, but you cannot special summon monster for the rest of this turn, except Ritual Beast monsters. You can only activate 1 ambushed Spirit Beast, or ambushed Ritual Beast per turn. See, I'm already messing it up, even when I have it right in front of me. I'm just so used to saying Spirit Beast. Anyways, like I said, it's redundant in one way, but it's not redundant in another. It's redundant in that you can bring back 2 of your banished Ritual Beast monsters, which the fusions already do. So you might think, well, why is this any different from that? Well, you can use your graveyard too. So yeah, if you have Ritual Beast monsters in the grave, you can get back a Tamer and a Spiritual Beast right to the field. You could be one from grave and 1 from banished, or 2 in grave, 2 from banished. You can mix and match, which is pretty cool. So in case you want to get particular ones back, but they're in the grave and not banished, you can get them back. So it does allow you to get to whichever one you need that's already there. So yeah, it's pretty handy. If not slightly redundant if you're just bringing back the banished ones, because the fusions already do that. Well, who knows? Now, I suppose I could be talking about the archetype itself now, because I mean, I played with them for a bit and stuff like that, and since it's the archetype I was mainly looking forward to, and slightly Necros, even though that shit is ridiculous right now. What do I think about this archetype? I think it has a lot of potential, because some of the monsters, like a lot of the cards are solid. Like, a lot of them you can use, like a lot of them are usable. Elder lets you get an extra normal summon of Ritual Beast. Wen brings back a Ritual Beast monster. Rara brings one back from the grave. And you have Kanak, which you have Kanahawk, which banishes a Ritual Beast card from the deck, like Gosark. Then you have Apelian, which powers up all your monsters. Then you have Podolphin, which bounces a card to the hand by banishing another Ritual Beast card. See, there's me saying Spirit Beast again. I'm seriously... This name change, man, it is freaking messing me up so bad. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, I don't know. I did not mean for this to be... Okay, seriously. But yeah. Obviously, this archetype is not Necros 2.0. Okay, seriously. Like, anybody who thought that this archetype was going to be Necros 2.0... I'm sorry, but you really need to look at Necros because that shit is crazy. I mean, even when we looked at Trishula, it was like, oh my god. If they have any good solid support cards, this deck's gonna be pretty OP. But, you know, I mean, it's clearly showing right now. It's clearly showing even in OCG. And OCJ, yes, indeed, OCJ. But yeah, it's kind of showing, and basically a lot of people were kind of talking about this too. I mean, heck, a lot of people were pretty much saying, oh my god, freaking Necros will be tier 0, oh my god, it's OMG, BBQ! Okay. Yeah, like, that's basically how it was. Now, with the Ritual Beasts, it's like, well, why is no one talking about them in that way? Like, what makes them not so good, or what makes them not as good as Necros? Well, here's the most obvious answer. Unlike Necros, they cannot search for every single card in the deck. Like, now, I don't expect this archetype to do that because, well, that'd be so stupid. If you can, like, search everything in any time or anywhere you want, that'd be ridiculous. I mean, it probably wouldn't be as powerful as Necros because the rituals are really powerful. And the fusions for Ritual Beasts aren't extraordinarily powerful to the point where, oh my god, please nerf. But yeah. Basically, I suppose when you compare this archetype to the other two, they're not as good, but they have a lot of potential because the cards they do have are actually pretty good. Granted, they do have some very basic and somewhat big problems. Wow, that was a weird way to say it. For one, the way the deck's constructed, well, the way the archetype is, it is very combo-oriented. I mean, much like Necros, but they can, like I said, Necros can get to whatever they need. This archetype has searchers in a way, but it doesn't have like a direct one. You will get those hands where you get a mismatch of cards. You'll get like Rara, but no targets to revive. Or you'll have like Elder, but no other, well, Elder and no Spiritual Beast monster to work with. So you might not be able to go for those fusion summons right away because you don't have the other necessary component. And vice versa. You might have Apelian, but no Tamer. You know, it's going to be like that. So it's going to be kind of a weird mix. And Kanahawk is like the most important guy in the deck because he pretty much gets the ball rolling right off the bat. Even if you open with him and you just go, okay, activated effect, like doing that ensures you that in 2 turns you'll get a card out of it. It's slow, but obviously if you're using it with the fusion monsters, you can get them back, or whatever. If you're banishing monsters off of that, you can get them back. And if you're banishing spells and traps, well, I wouldn't recommend doing it so much, but I mean, you can if you want. I would recommend just searching them out with his fusion counterpart. But another problem, and this is kind of an obvious one, their stats, their attack kind of maxes out at 26 because, you know, Tame the Spiritual Beast Apelian has 26, which is actually very good. But obviously, if you run into something stronger, you have no way to beat it in battle outside of maybe using Fusion Weapon. And actually, that doesn't work with Apelian because Apelian, when he attacks, he's unaffected by other card effects, including the power buffer from Fusion Weapon. So don't try that, guys. Please don't. Because I'm sure some people tried doing that and thinking that would work. But yeah, they don't have a lot of attack. I mean, naturally, because Gustos don't have a lot of attack either. In fact, most of the monsters are weak. They only have a couple beaters. This archetype does too. This only has a couple beat sticks in the deck. You have like 16 on, which is okay. You have Apelian having 18, which is actually pretty good. And you have obviously the fusion counterpart of him, which is actually pretty good, being 26. And obviously the other fusions don't have a lot of attack. Fusion Kanahawk only has like 1400 attack. That's not that good. Podolphin has 200 attack, but that doesn't matter because he has a solid defense. It's meant to be a wall, and is immune to being destroyed by card effects, which is fine. And then Kanahawk searches for stuff. So yeah, obviously the fusions are very good. Like, they're very solid. Now, besides obvious problems, I mean, why don't people really think it's like a competitive deck? Maybe it's consistency issues or something like that. I don't know. Like, I've been trying to think about like well, what else do they need to maybe be more consistent, or maybe more, even just basically more competitive? Like, this doesn't need to be Necros 2.0, please. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be like, oh my god, get a I kind of thought about this for a bit, actually. Like, I was thinking, if they had some kind of weird themed Rhoda or something like that, it doesn't have to be like the Necklace Bionic where you can just discard and add something. No, it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be that crazy. It could just be something like, it could be like a monster spell, trap, I don't know, like something. I mean, whatever works best, I guess. But it could be like, banish one Ritual Beast card from your hand to search a Ritual Beast monster. Like, you banish one and get one from your deck. What this would do, it means it would get to whatever you need, plus it fuels your banish pile for your fusion plays or for when. When brings back banished Ritual Beast monsters. Holy crap, I'm never gonna stop doing that, right? Seriously, Ritual Beast, Spirit Beast. Okay. So when gets one of the Ritual Beast deck. And if you had this weird Rhoda card, it adds consistency, but also fitting the theme. The theme of banishing your Ritual Beast cards for various effects. And obviously, I mean, if you already have like the Fusion Conhawk already in play, you can potentially get a more searching off, if you will. Because you can like banish a Ritual Beast card, get a search off of that, and then use Conhawk to, you know, return 2 banished Ritual Beast cards to the graveyard and get another search. So in a way, you could kind of go like, oh, add Elder with like the monster / spell / trap Rhoda thing, and then add Conhawk or like Podolphin with the Fusion Conhawk. So you get in a way, it would ensure that if something happens to your fusion monster, you already have the components for next turn to go for another fusion. It wouldn't be necessarily overpowered because the fusions themselves aren't exactly overpowered. I mean, this ain't like Necros. I mean, seriously, I'm going to be bringing up Necros a lot because seriously, like, have you looked at that shit? That shit is crazy. I mean, wow. Okay. So yeah, maybe do they need another fusion? Who knows? I mean, heck, I thought Rampenta was going to get another fusion because, well, we saw him, and I mean, I was kind of speculating that he might have a Tamer and a fusion to go along with him. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, this guy, this penguin guy appears in the artwork of Pelika Descendant Augusto. Now, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that just happens to be the case later on, that maybe Pelika might have some involvement with this. Maybe there'll be another fusion involving him, you know, him being Rampenta. But I don't know, like, what would that do? I mean, would that be something? I mean, obviously it needs to do something different from the other 3 because they all do something different so far. Pellion's a beater that's immune to stuff when attacking. Conhawk lets you search for stuff, but is very mediocre stats. Yeah, it lets you return stuff and then search cards. And then Podolphin has a big butt of 2000, very low attack, but is immune to being destroyed by card effects. So they'll do something, and they're all very useful in their own way. So, I mean, what do they need? I mean, I was thinking of like a searcher, but I'm just thinking, well, I don't want it to be like a direct, oh, add one Ritual Beast monster from dead hand. No. That'd be so dumb. That'd be so dumb. Like, trust me. It would make it more consistent, but it'd just be like, oh my god, it's like freaking Necros 2.0. Plays nerf, ban, hit. Okay, seriously. I don't want that. I want this archetype to be competitive. But I don't want this being like Necros 2.0. I'm sorry if I'm going against my initial thoughts of them being very good. Like, I don't need them being like, please nerf status, because trust me, Necros will probably get hit. And you know what's gonna happen? The people that love the archetype are gonna get sad because the shit's OP, and everyone's all like complaining and whining that the archetype's too crazy, too explosive. Heck, and I'm one of those people, even though I'm just like, oh my god. Even though I like the archetype too, it's just kind of crazy. Seriously. Like, I don't know. Like, the cards they have are very good. The spell card is very good. The trap is actually pretty good. Actually, the trap's even better if you have cards like Macrocosmos and Dimensional Fissure in play. Because basically, when you're destroying them, they'll be banished. And against decks like Citadel and Burning Abyss, obviously banishing them is great because they won't get their effects. Of course, there's a problem with that. Dimensional Fissure is at 1. Macrocosmos is at 1. Soul Drain's at 1. And rightfully so, those cards are ridiculous. Fair enough. I mean, they were limited in the TCG for a reason. I mean, I guess Konami TCG is kind of like against cards like those because you really can't play the game. Like most decks that are active in the game usually have a graveyard theme to it. This particular archetype doesn't particularly always need the grave. In fact, that's why this archetype can run those cards. But obviously, this would be the advantage it has over other archetypes outside of like some other random ones that just don't happen to use the grave that much. Well, I don't know. Like, do they need a searcher? Do they need like some kind of trap that doesn't destroy, like Impulse? Maybe, I don't know. Like, do they need another fusion? I mean, if they had another fusion, like, what would that do? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it would obviously have to do something different just to distinguish it, and each would have its own uses. But I don't know. So, long story short, you know, too long didn't read. I think the archetype's good. I think it has potential. I think it just needs a little bit more support, and we might be getting somewhere, you know? It might be competitive, you know, it might top regionals or something like that, if you know what you're doing, but it wouldn't be like, oh my god, Necros 2.0, please nerf, please. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think. I mean, I'm trying to figure this out because, I mean, it has good stuff, it has potential. I mean, you could tell it can function, but sometimes you just have, sometimes you'll just get a mismatch of stuff, or sometimes you just don't have the exact pieces you need, where certain archetypes can pretty much search everything. I mean, they just need like maybe a theme searcher that like banishes a Ritual Beast card to get a Spear, or a Ritual Beast monster from protecting your hand. See, there goes me saying Spear Beast card again. Man, Konami, why you do this? Anyways, yeah, let me know what you guys think, and next time I'm going to do a very particular type of video, you know, one I haven't done in a long time, using a very particular dude that you've known for a long time, and y'all know he's like my favorite because he's cool, he's like legit. I don't know. The point is, I'll see you guys next time, whenever that is, because seriously, stuff, I don't know. Yeah, just see you guys next time. Yeah, wow, my commentary is weird. Then again, I haven't done this in a while, and I have no idea like where I was going with it, but it happens, I guess. So, see you guys next time. Peace.